and y'all are not going to have to turn this in, but I would follow along to make sure you understand how to do this, okay? It's distance between 2 points. So do y'all remember the distance formula?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just going to write it right here. If I need to zoom out, I will in just a second. We subtract some x values and square it. And we subtract some y values and square those. The whole reason for squaring it is so that the negative goes away, right? We don't want negatives under a square root. We haven't learned that yet much, I don't think. Okay, so what are my 2 x values on these points? They are 4 and 8. Okay, it doesn't matter which one you put first. Okay, you want to do the 8 and then the 4. So 8 minus 4. Now what are my 2 y values? If I did 8 minus 4, then I'm going to want to put 5 minus 1. I have no idea. 5 minus 1 squared. Okay. Now, yes.
My calculator's under this.
That one? Oh, somebody found it today. Okay, you can come grab it. Okay, what's 8 minus 4? 4. And 4 squared is?
16.
Is everybody okay with me squaring that? Yes? Okay. Then 5 minus 1 is?
4.
And 4 squared again is 16. Then what do? I add and I get the square root of 32. If you put B as your answer, that is not correct. Okay? What is the square root of 32? It's got to be something close to 6. It's, 5.7. How did I know that it was?
Hannah, I need to see you for a second. Bring your back, please.
How did I know?
Trouble.
How did I know that it was close to 36? I meant not 36, to close to 6. Because it's close to 36. I told you the answer. Do y'all understand that? 32 is not a perfect square. But what is a perfect square?
36.
36. What's the square root of 36?
6.
That's how I knew, hey, it's going to be a number close to 6. But say you didn't know that, just type that in your square root. The square root of 32, y'all might not can see that, 5.7 is what it rounds up to, okay? Which is C. Are we good with that? Yes. Okay. Number 2.
So you want to start round it up?
Yeah, so on this one, it says round to the nearest 10th. Yeah, so it's going to round up. All right. The next one, I'm reading this first. All right, I'll just draw a little map. It says, the Frostburg Truth bus travels from Frostburg Mall through the city's center to Sojourner Truth Park. The mall is 5 miles west and 5 miles south of the city center. Okay. Here's the center. I'm going to put the city center. Oh, y'all can't see this. All right. Then it says, the mall is 5 miles west and 5 miles south. Thank you. That's 5 miles west and 5 miles south of the city center. Here's our mall. Is everybody good with that?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Wait, can you like scooch it down so I can see?
Like this? Can y'all see that? Here, let me pause this for a second. Is he still wanting somebody out of here, or is... All right, so again, we're looking at a bus's route, okay? Here is the center, all right, of the city. I just put C for center. And then here's the mall. And it told me, if y'all have this paper, right? So y'all look at that. It said the mall is 5 miles west and 5 miles south of the city center. Truth Park, now let me see where else I'm going to go, is 5 miles east and 2 miles north of the city center. So here is Truth Park, and I'm just going to label those 2 and 5, just so we can kind of see the distance. It'd be great if I had this on a grid, but I don't, okay? Then it says, how far is it from Truth Park to the mall to the nearest 10th of a mile? Okay, they want us to probably find this right here. From Truth Park, I did that terrible, to the mall. That distance, right? We're going to use the distance formula. So we're going to see, what is this ordered pair?
thing.
And what is this ordered pair?
It's so heavy.
Wait.
Uh-huh.
So that would be like 5, 2.
Yeah, so this ordered pair, if this is my center, we're going to call this 0, 0. I go to the right 5 and up 2. There we go. I just draw pictures. You're in geometry. I highly recommend drawing pictures of everything. Okay, now where's the mall? We are to the left 5 and down 5, so it's -5, -5. Okay? Yes, no, we kind of get this? All right. Now we just use our distance formula again. Okay? So I'm going to take my x's. What are they?
5 and -5.
5 minus -5. Okay? I'll change that in a second. I can't stand writing it like that. Then what are my y's? 2 minus -5. And I'll square them. So what's 5 plus 5?
10.
And 10 squared is 100. All right. What's 2 plus 5? 7, because I keep change. And what's 7 squared?
4.
And what is the square root of 149? I would just use your calculator. I got 12.2. And it said to the nearest tenth. So you would say 12.2 miles.
Wait, can you go back down, please?
Yeah, sorry. I'll pause this while y'all write.
So that's 5 and then
5 miles. So we'll take care of that at the end. Let's do the 5 mile thing at the end. We're not worried about the units just yet. First of all, I'm trying to go from oceanfront to seaside. Does everybody understand this? This distance right here. What are these ordered pairs? This one looks like it's 3, -2. This one right here. It looks like I've gone over 3 and down 2. Is everybody good with that? Where does this one look like it's at? -2 and up what? 4. Is everybody okay with those 2 ordered pairs?
So
Now, I'm going to take my distance formula, okay? Y'all make sure you're paying attention if you didn't understand it. Subtract your x values. What are they?
And, 2, 3 and -2.
Okay, so if y'all want to do 3 minus -2, we'll take care of that in a second. What are my y values? If I did that one,
2 and 4.
then we'll do -2 minus 4. Okay? So what is 3 minus -2?
5.
So I have 5 squared. And what's -2 minus 4? Yeah. Well, I'm going to have, so it's going to be a -6 squared. But what's going to happen to that in a second? It's going to turn positive. So I get, what's 5 squared?
25.
Plus 36. What is that? The square root of 61. Okay, well, we'll take care of that in a second. All right, any questions on what I did just on that part? No? What is the square root of 61, y'all?
I think it's like 7 point something.
Well, let me see. Square root of 61 is 7.8. That's 7.8 units. What does it tell me about these units? That they're actually 5. So what's that? 7.8 times 5.
30.
It's 39 something. So it's about 40 miles. Chloe, does that make more sense?
I got that. So you just multiply
So,
every
yeah,
bit.
this is, get your answer. That's like 7.8 units. But then it did have a tricky part where it said, it's kind of like a scale map. If you look at a little map, they'll say, oh, but this distance really represents so many miles. So, it's
It equals 39.
40. Huh?
It equals 39.
39. Yeah, if I took that 7.8 whatever and I multiplied it by the 5 and it gave me 39 point something. So looking at these answer choices, that's why it says about 40 miles. Okay? All right. Let's see. I think, well, if we have one like this on the study guide or something, which is a long ways from now, because y'all had y'all's test? No. But it's probably still about 4 lessons. I can't remember. But anyway, if there's one like this, then I'll go over that when we get to the study guide. Let's move on from the bell ringer.
Would you please bring your backpack? You're the only, no, you didn't.
Okay.
Are we gonna,
Let me pause it.
Are we gonna check that packet we did yesterday?
All right. You might want these little formulas and it might be for today and tomorrow's, okay? The first thing, you have your square. The perimeter would be if you added up all four sides. What do you know about all the sides of the square?
They're right angles.
The angles are all right angles, but all the sides are the same. So instead of taking all the sides and adding them together, they let you know it's 4 times that, okay? It's 4 times that side. Are we good with that? Yes, no? Okay, then the area of the square, you just take your side and you square it. Because again, all the side lengths are the same. Okay, so you can add all of them up or multiply by 4. Now if you have a triangle, the perimeter, you just add all 3 sides, okay? And if you want the area of a triangle, it's 1/2 base times height. Okay? Then if we have a rectangle,
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
oh, you're okay. Okay, if you have a rectangle, you'll notice that your lengths and your heights are the same. Okay? So this one, I have 2 lengths and I have 2 heights. Okay? If I'm looking for the area, it's just base times height, or length times height. Okay? For the triangle, let's see, I think I said 1/2 base times height. And then your circle, it's a little bit different. Do y'all know that the circumference is pi times d, or 2 pi r? Because the diameter is twice the radius. So that's why you can use either of those letters. The diameter is 2 times the radius. So that's why it's either pi times the diameter or 2 times pi times the radius. Okay? And area equals pi r squared. That's your area.
What does the area say on the square?
The area on the square, it just says side squared.
Like, where are we at? New lesson or
Huh?
are we like doing a new lesson or is
Yes.
this number 4?
No. I skipped that one and I said we'll come back to that if that's on the study guide or the test. Okay? So this is just your formula. I'll stop this for a second if you need to. So I have that they are designing a rectangular garden for the courtyard. They're going to They're going to place edging on the outside path, but they want to know how much edging that they will need. So what they do is get the dimensions of what you do know. I'll just draw this picture here.
Why did the principal just take a trash can out of there?
Looking at that.
You want some more?
422. Okay, here are your dimensions. They want to know the perimeter, okay, how much material will they need for the outside edge. So on this one, that's a distance of 4. If this inside distance is 16,
Can you
yeah,
let me draw that real fast?
sure.
Sorry.
You're acting like raccoons.
I watched the movie The Raccoons last night.
I love how we're actually getting to shapes now instead of algebra.
Yeah, I like shapes.
It goes back and forth. We'll be at triangles for a long time. Okay, we got to keep moving, y'all. So, if I know that this distance, since I'm recording, I better stay here, is 16, is this whole distance right here 16?
No.
No. How much more is it? 4 and 4. Do y'all see that? How do I find the whole distance across the top? 16 plus this 4 plus this 4, which is what?
Wait, what about
24. Okay, so I'm not to that yet. I'm just talking about going left and right. Now let me talk about going up and down. What is this distance? 22 plus 4 plus 4, which is what?
30.
30. Now, 22 plus 8 is what that's going to be. I got to plug this computer in. Okay. But the perimeter, you're going to add 30 plus 24 plus what? 30 plus 24. Okay, and whatever your answer is, you should get 108. Does everybody understand that? On how to find, because there will be a problem like this on your test. Probably, I don't know, I don't see one on your sheet like that. I can turn the air off for a second. Okay, y'all said do another one of those? Or just another?
If it's gonna waste time, don't do it.
Oh.
Well, I mean, we've got to go through the problems. Okay. If you would look at, I'm going to give you this first part of this sheet. You're going to look at numbers 1 and 2 before I give this to you. How do you find the perimeter of those rectangles? You add the sides. So you can do 1 and 2. Number 3, you're just adding them up. Yeah, it's giving you a kite. Well, but you have 2 sides that are 6.2 and 6.2. And then you have 2 sides that are 16.5. Okay?
Wait, wouldn't that be like 37.4?
Miss Van, another reason my calculator, can you
That's
show
not
me?
enough.
Hold on, let me look and see.
Could be 14. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, I did say it.
Okay, so y'all got it? Y'all did find the answer? Okay. All right. Number 4, I will draw this picture. I'll put it on their paper. I'm borrowing one. It says, Jose wants to put a fence around the rectangular garden. So y'all, I'm just going to draw, this is like the one I did. Okay, I'm going to draw a garden. And then I'm going to draw this little fence around the garden. Okay, is everybody good with that? It's kind of like a picture frame. The garden is 39 by 55. That's 39. That height is 55. Is everybody good with that? That's 39. The height is 55. But it says that he wants the path, like, around the garden so he can walk around it to have 3 feet between the garden and the fence. So, y'all want the air back on? Some probably don't. 3 feet between the garden and the fence. So this right here is going to be 3 feet. Does everybody understand that? All the way around. So what is the total, I don't want to say height, but I guess what's the total length of the garden this way?
So you do 39.
39 plus this 3 plus this 3, which is what?
39 and 3.
45.
45. Does everybody understand why you have to add 3 twice?
No.
No, because if I add 39 plus 3, that's only this length. I need another 3 to take me all the way across. So that's why it's 45. Now let's do the height or the width. I'm just going to say height.
Wait,
Yeah.
I can't like see.
What's in front?
Miss Van, I have a question. What's 78 plus 78?
There's an open chair in the front. Right there.
Okay. Now, this next one, I have 55. Then I have another 3 up here and another 3 going down here, right? So what's that 55 plus 6?
61.
Okay, so that height is 61. So how much material does he need to enclose? Yes.
Why is that side 39 and this side 55?
Well, they told me this is 39,
No.
this is 55.
Yeah. Why is that other one? Because it's 39.
39 and 55.
No. The one across from
Both sides is 55.
Wait, they're both 55 in my garden.
I thought that was a 3.
Okay, 55 and 55. Okay, it's a rectangle, so they match. So, anyway, how do I find the total length of the path? Y'all finish this one out, okay? Let me pause it. So, add the sides. For the circumference, I gave you 2 different formulas. It depends on if you're dealing with radius or if you're dealing with diameter. Remember, a diameter goes all the way across. A radius only goes halfway across. That's why if you deal with the radius, it's 2r. Does that make sense? So if you deal with the diameter, it's just d. And if you deal with radius, it's 2 times r. when we're dealing with circumference, okay? So if you look at these problems, and you'll have to see on your paper, you have 3 of them. All of yours have a what? What do they have? Radius. So yours is going to deal with like this one right here. But from this one, let me just go over A. To find the circumference, I'm just going to do pi times, what's my diameter? 15. So I would just type that in my calculator.
Do you have to use the pi symbol, or do you just put 3?
I use the pi symbol. It's
How do you put it in there? Yeah.
it's second pi. It's that little up arrow. That little up arrow right here. Okay?
There you go.
That one. Just press second that. And 15 times pi, and it'll tell you how to round. Okay? Or, like on your sheet, they just said you can use 3.14. Do you see that? On your sheet, it doesn't matter. Just round it however you want it. But it's you can do pi or 3.14.
Well. Oh.
On number 5 and 6, listen, I hope I'm still recording. On number 5 and 6, yeah. It says write your answer using that decimal. So they want your answer as a decimal, okay, to the nearest 10. Mine, on my problem, it would be 47.1. That would be my answer to the nearest 10. Number 7 does not ask for your answer that way. I'll get to that in a second. But can you handle 5 and 6?
I already did it.
Okay, so you want a decimal as an answer to the nearest 10. Now, I'm going to do this one like what they have on your paper. It says 4. It says my radius is 4, okay? And it wants it in terms of pi. How would I find the circumference if my radius is 4? The circumference is 2 pi r. So that's 2 times pi times 4. They want your answer written as pi. They want you to leave the pi there. So what's 2 times 4? 8 pi. Do you see how their answers on number 7, they said leave your answer in terms of pi?
So it'd be like on number 7, you do 34 times 2.
2 is basically, yeah, that's what you're doing, and you leave your pi there. Do y'all see that? That's what they want. Okay. So I'll let y'all finish that one, and then we'll go to where there's a... Here's where it changes just a little bit. All right, girls, even if y'all aren't done, pick that up in a second. Now, what I can do is I can find, if I'm trying to find the perimeter of the triangle, I need to know what all the sides are.
I'll get it.
Okay. The bottom is easy. I can tell the length of this side right here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does everybody see the length of that is 6 squares?
Yeah.
That's great when it's a straight line like that.
Don't you have to finish the square?
What do you mean?
Like to find like the diagonal side?
Oh yeah. Now I have to finish that. That's just the bottom. Now let me find this one. I can find the length of this one going straight up and down. When it's straight up and down or straight across like this, like horizontal and a vertical line, you can tell what the distance is. What's the distance here?
It's like 8
1,
or something.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That one's 8. Does everybody see that? Or if you just count how many squares. 1, 2, I can't move it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares. Okay? So I have 6 and I have 8. I have almost found my perimeter. What's missing?
The other side.
The other side. Okay, it is a slanted line. I cannot find the length of that slanted line unless I have the distance formula. Does that make sense? That's why we did that in the last class. So, the distance formula is the square root. I've got to find all those numbers. So, what is this point right here? Oh, it gives it to us, right? I've got this point and this point. So, what are my x values?
6
X values.
-3.
Negative 3 minus 3, and then what are my y values? Negative 2 and 6. So negative 2 minus 6. Alright, do we understand this? That from yesterday. Okay. So what is negative 3 minus 3?
-6.
And what is negative 2 minus 6?
-8.
Negative 8. Okay, then what?
And you have to add, or square the thing.
36 plus 64. Any questions there? All I did was I squared them. Anytime you square a negative, it becomes positive. If it didn't in your calculator, you typed it in wrong. Okay, does everybody know where these numbers came from? Yes, no? Okay, what's 36 plus 64?
100.
What is the square root of 100? 10. So do I know the perimeter of my triangle?
No.
No.
But what is it? It's going to be 10
8.
plus 8 plus 6. So what's the perimeter?
Yes, 24.
24. Okay.
Is that
All right.
an answer?
Huh? So yeah, your answer on this one, they did get 24. Yep. Okay. This is like your number 8 and 9, but let me help you.
So how do we know?
Let me help you with the ordered pairs on those. Okay? In just a second. Do I need to do one more of those
Yeah,
though?
so we always need to know, like, if it's a triangle, we have to do the distance.
The slanted line, you will need a, yes, unless they just give you a triangle and tell you the distance, I mean like the lengths, then it's done for you. But if it's on a grid, it's them wanting you to find the lengths. Let me find one if I can. Let's see. I can't find one at all. Hold on, let me pause this and I'll make one. Okay. Real quick, if I wanted to find the perimeter of this triangle, what's the bottom length? How many squares is it? 2. Yeah, it's 2. I drew it, so it's not the best. What's the height of it?
3.5.
1, 2, 3, 4. I drew it. It's 4. I'm not gonna make that difficult. Okay, let's see what these ordered pairs are. This is the origin. Let me darken that a little bit. Is that a little better? Okay, so it looks like I'm over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. And then this ordered pair is 1, 2, 3, up 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, does everybody understand that those are my 2 ordered pair where I got them from? Okay, I just made the problem up. Now, let's find the distance between those. The distance is, what are my x values that I'm gonna subtract? Okay, I'll do 5 minus 3. So what are my other y values?
4 minus 0.
Okay, yeah, it won't matter, but what's 5 minus 3? 2 squared. And then what's 0 minus 4? Negative 4 squared. So I get 4 plus 16, which is the square root of 20. And let's just get a decimal. What's the square root of 20?
4.5.
Yeah, so we'll go to 4.5. So I would just add up 4 and 2 and 4.5, and that would be my perimeter. Okay, and that's what you're gonna do on your last 2. And here, let me put your ordered pair on here so y'all can finish up.
What about the last problem on the back?
What?
We're not doing the last problem on the back?
No, don't worry about number 10. We'll just go through number 9. Number 10, you'd have to do 2. Oh my goodness, I can't even tell. Oh wait, I might have it on mine. Let me take out my binder.
Just your folders.
I'm trying to hurry. And y'all make sure you're getting your compass. So it's 1, negative 5. This one is 1, negative 5. I have a grid on mine. It just didn't print on yours. Negative 2, negative 1. So let me give you the 2 ordered pairs for the bottom. Is everybody, y'all, I'm just giving y'all these because they're hard to tell. Oh, I'll go ahead and give you that one as well. It's negative 2, negative 5. So I can draw. That would be like 1, 5.
Wait, do we need to know that little corner one or anything?
No, but just in case you wanted to see how far it is from, you got to find all the distances. I'm trying to make little marks on here for you. Okay. Then down here, that one is 2, -2. I'm gonna pull it up there in just
Can I
a
get rapid,
second.
like, redraw it?
-1. Yeah, you can redraw it on a graph.
What points do we use?
You have to find the bottom and the link from bottom
Look,
to top.
if you could count on yours, if you had the grid, you would count that it's 1, 2, 3, 4. This side length is 4. If you could count this one, you would see it's 1, 2, 3. Okay, if you had the actual, I'll make sure like on your test that prints better. I have no idea why that graph didn't print on there. So you just have to find the distance of this one. Again, you're going to use, and y'all have to do these, the 4 and the 3, and you have to find your missing distance there. Then I'm going to move this one up. Okay? This distance is 4. And this distance is 1, 2, 3. 3. Oh, I can already tell you.
Are those two not the same, the 4s?
This is the same, I'm guessing.
Like, would the 4 and the other 4 be the same length?
What are you talking about?
Like,
This.
when you're trying to figure out the other side, with the other side, did the other side, like, congruent to the other 4?
I don't know that I know what you're talking about. Let me pause this.
Like this, like the long side right here that